Okay. I've recorded this so many times, but I just haven't been satisfied, so I'm gonna try again and just bear with me here. So I wanted to talk about balance when it comes to being a creative person. I kind of have been thinking about this lately because I've been working on this dress. I'll show you the first tier of this skirt that I'm making. Got the waistband done, pretty much everything else is done. I use French seams to finish, and I'm using bias tape here to finish the center back, and then it's got buttons and button loops. But yeah, I've just been thinking about the balance that I need in my life to kind of stabilize everything, because while it's good to have a project that I'm working at and something that I'm working towards, you also need this. You also need to be taking care of your physical and mental well-being. A lot of life advice in general is just kind of like limit distractions and having this rigid schedule. You can have a rigid schedule, but it's something that you have to think about and create for yourself to make it work in your life, because everybody's day-to-day life is different. Especially if you're a young person, I feel like it is kind of difficult. Like me, for example, I had just gotten out of college and I'm just trying to navigate, the creative world. I don't have a job at a company yet or anything like that, so I'm just trying to do my own thing for now and still sharpen up my skills. And for me, my passions include art making, sewing, textile art, all that good stuff. So I do encourage everyone to get up and pursue their passions, but they do not exist, and they cannot exist without your ability to step away and allow yourself to take care of other things in your life. And I know that there is sometimes a big feeling of guilt when it comes to stepping away. And I'm not sure if it's guilt necessarily, or this is how I see it for myself. If it's guilt, or it's more so I just have this constant desire to push myself and make things all the time, because it really is something that I genuinely enjoy. But working at one thing for so long does get exhausting. So, and I guess you could call that kind of like an art block of like you've hit a wall. For example, I was working on this dress for like 3 to 4 hours the other day, and I completed my goal for the day. I write down everything that I want to do for the week. I completed my goal for the day for the dress, but I still felt like I had to do more. But then I had to take a step back. I was like, okay, what do I need? Okay, I need to make dinner, and I need to take care of my space. I need to clean up. I need to exercise. And that will give me the energy to do this tomorrow and take the next steps tomorrow. So yeah, just making sure you're prioritizing your mental health, physical health. If you drive yourself too far, you can crash. But obviously there's ways to come back, which I have pushed myself so much, especially in college. I felt like I didn't ever have time to rest, especially because I was working, and I was involved with clubs and all the workload that I had, especially being someone who went to school for design. You're in you have like 3-hour classes like twice a week for multiple classes. So you're constantly in studio classes, and you're working on assignments outside of school. So it was just a lot. But with that, you just kind of have to balance your time and make sure you're prioritizing. I think that meditating or something like that, especially when you're in school, just taking like 5 minutes to just kind of rest and let yourself breathe, and even like asking a friend to go on a walk or something, especially if you live like on a campus. But anyways, there is a solution when it comes to balancing your creative time. Like I said, physical movement and exercise. I found myself journaling a lot, and that's just gotten me through and allowed me to delegate my time in an efficient and effective way. Spending time with your friends and your family. Don't deny yourself of like these memories, especially when you're young. I'm moving soon, and I do have a lot of family around this area, and it's been kind of heartbreaking to know that I'm leaving, but at the same time I'm like, okay, this is kind of the time in which I have to take to spend time with my family. I have to prioritize this, and it has been amazing just spending time with my sister and little brother. But yeah, make sure you're balancing that with having discipline. You can just plan things days in advance and make sure you're getting what you need to have done before or after, whenever you have a deadline. And as artists, we need to be experiencing life to be inspired. Yeah, you can't really just be working at the same project, looking at the same thing for so long, or else you're not going to be able to take the next steps and create something else. So I really do prioritize taking breaks in between projects and traveling, for example, or spending, I do like to spend a lot of time outside, and especially around the area that I live in. I live in like the Midwest, like rural area, and to me that's really beautiful, and it does inspire me a lot. So just kind of driving around and observing everything is really helpful. And that's about it for what I want to say when it comes to balancing our time as creative people. I really appreciate anyone who watched my last video. I got like 100 views, and I didn't really expect that because I literally only have 20 subscribers, so that's really awesome. Thank you for watching that if you liked that. I don't know if I'm gonna cut any of this video because like I said in the last video, I'm not like a perfect public speaker. Like I said, I'm a visual artist. I kind of have trouble expressing myself in words, but through writing and through documenting myself on video, I feel like it's helped me so much, even as a creative visual artist. So if you've watched my videos, thank you so much for supporting. And I will see you next time. I'll probably be posting a video soon. I have a few ideas, but I haven't really dove into those. I think that I will just keep on doing these videos where I'm kind of ranting and whatnot. So thank you for watching. Bye.